It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. But sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy. I'm going to rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
To get a quick update out of New York, where closing arguments are expected to begin tomorrow in the federal sex trafficking trial for Sean Diddy Combs.
Joining us now from outside the courthouse is Court TV legal correspondent Kelly Craft. All right, Kelly, catch us up on the latest.
Well, hi there, Michael and Judge Ashley. I was just inside the courtroom for the start of the charge conference. It was supposed to start at 12. Then 2, and then it got delayed even further to 3:45. And so they're going through the jury instructions, and each side, the federal prosecutors as well as defense counsel, they are making various proposals, and then the judge is making changes to those jury instructions. So, for instance, what they're talking about is this core purpose of the criminal enterprise. And also, the defense counsel is making this argument, again, that this is just one person satisfying his own personal interests. That does not mean this is a criminal enterprise. So those are the discussions taking place inside the federal courthouse right now as we speak. Earlier today, the prosecution streamlined their case. And so they proposed a letter, they wrote a letter to the judge saying they are going to streamline their case. And this is in regard to the attempted arson, as well as the attempted kidnapping, as well as sex trafficking, aiding and abetting. During yesterday's proceedings, the defense counsel put forth a Rule 29 motion in which they made their argument for a judgment of acquittal, in particular talking about the attempted kidnapping. Why don't we go ahead and play a little bit of that argument? Again, this is AI-generated testimony because cameras are not allowed inside the federal courthouse.
The first incident is as to Capricorn Clark. Under New York law, she told the story about the lie detector test and how, according to her testimony, for 5 days straight, she was transported by Paul Offord to a building in Manhattan that was going to be the new office for Mr. Combs's businesses. And this does not satisfy the requirements under New York law. If she was ever restrained without her consent at all, most importantly, there's no evidence in the record that Mr. Combs knew that this was happening or agreed that a co-conspirator should kidnap her. At most, the evidence showed that he knew his jewelry was missing and that she was one of the employees being investigated for the possible theft of the jewelry. But her alleged interactions were entirely with Mr. Offord and the person she claims administers the lie detector test. There's no evidence whatsoever that if this occurred, that Mr. Combs had any idea it was going on. And speculation obviously can't fill the gap. In addition, there are serious questions about whether the government could prove that this was without her consent under New York law. She went willingly every day.
So that was one of the arguments that was made yesterday. Why don't we go ahead and pull up the verdict form so we can take a look at that. Both sides have agreed. The parties have agreed to this verdict form. That was the first thing out of the gate when this hearing, or when, the charge conference began this afternoon. The judge even said, this is the most people I've ever seen inside a room for our charge conference, Michael and Judge Ashley. So that gave everyone a little moment of levity inside the courtroom. But as I mentioned earlier, Sean Diddy Combs in very good spirits when he made his way inside the courtroom. He did some touching of his chest, kind of pounding his hand against his chest, looking at some of his supporters and family members that are inside the courtroom. One of his sons just made his way into that courtroom just a short time ago, but he's in pretty good spirits today, to say the least.
All right, Kelly Craft, thank you so much for that report. Truly appreciate it.
What do you get when a Grammy-winning music mogul, secret tapes, drug mules, and federal agents all collide in a courtroom? A legal drama so wild, it feels like a Netflix original. But this isn't fiction. It's the real-life trial of Sean Diddy Combs. Let's break down what's really going on. And trust me, it's more twisted than you think. Diddy, the legendary founder of Bad Boy Records, the man behind chart toppers, billion-dollar deals, and unforgettable parties, is now facing the biggest scandal of his life. From hip-hop royalty to a courtroom defendant, the fall has been steep. But why is he even on trial? The case. Charges plus timeline. The charges? We're talking about federal-level stuff. Racketeering, drug trafficking, and RICO violations. The same kind of law used to take down mob bosses. The trial's been unfolding for weeks. The prosecution just wrapped up their side. After 5 to 6 intense weeks of testimonies, evidence, and some jaw-dropping reveals. Next up, Diddy's defense team. And they say they only need 1 week to respond. That's how confident they are. Or maybe how little they think the case really holds up. Prosecution versus defense. So what exactly is the prosecution saying? They claim Diddy ran a criminal enterprise, using personal assistants, runners, and even former athletes to move illegal drugs, launder money, and silence witnesses. They've built their case around co-conspirators, RICO style, targeting not just Diddy, but everyone in the alleged inner circle. The defense, on the other hand, is painting Diddy as a successful entrepreneur being targeted by opportunists and overzealous prosecutors. They argue there's no real evidence tying him directly to any criminal behavior, and that the government is reaching. Key witness, Brendan. One of the biggest shocks came when Brendan, a former Syracuse basketball player and assistant to Diddy, took the stand. Was he a drug mule? Well, sort of. He testified that he moved drugs for Diddy up to 6 to 10 times, including cocaine and pills, but claimed he didn't know it was illegal. Problem? He's college-educated, comes from a well-off family, and already had a prior state drug charge. That charge magically disappeared once he agreed to testify. Yep, the feds dropped his case, cleaned his record, and put him on the witness stand. And while prosecutors tried to make him seem like an innocent kid who got caught up in something bigger than him, many watching weren't buying it. Courtroom bombshells. And then there were the freak-off tapes. Yep, that's what they were called in court. Apparently, these were graphic videos allegedly showing wild parties and criminal behavior involving Diddy and others. Only the jury and key court personnel got to see them, but the audio was heard by some in court. Reports say Diddy could be heard giving disturbing commands. Court officials quickly lowered the audio feed, but not before jurors saw and heard enough to look visibly shocked and disgusted. Jury drama. And just when you thought it couldn't get messier, the jury started to unravel. Juror number 6, a black government worker, was dismissed after it came out he lied on official forms. possibly about his background or connections to the case. Diddy's team tried to spin it as racial bias, but the judge shut that down quick. Turns out, it was purely about honesty and conduct, and it may even come back to haunt the juror at his day job. Juror number 7, meanwhile, was someone Diddy's team wanted gone, possibly because he seemed repulsed by the tapes, but the judge kept him on. So yeah, even the jury is part of this circus. What the public is saying. Outside the courtroom, the public and media are buzzing. Podcasts are covering the case non-stop. People are debating whether Brendan was a pawn, a snitch, or a hero. Many fans feel Diddy is being set up, while others say this trial is finally pulling back the curtain on years of unchecked power and toxic behavior. The law. What is RICO? Quick breakdown. What's RICO? RICO stands for Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. It lets prosecutors charge people not just for crimes they commit, but for crimes committed by the group they lead or benefit from. So, even if Diddy didn't personally sell a single pill, if they prove he ran the operation, he's on the hook. Where the case stands. Right now, we're at a critical turning point. The prosecution has rested tomorrow, the defense begins next week, and they say it'll take just 5 to 7 days to make their case. After that, the jury gets the case, and based on what they've seen and heard, it could go either way. What's next? This isn't just about Diddy. It's about celebrity, power, justice, and who really gets held accountable in America. Stay tuned.
Let me tell you something. The feds just dropped some charges on the dealer that could possibly send him home by Monday morning. They dropped that arson charge on Kid Cudi. They dropped them alleged kidnapping charges that he did on 50 Cent baby mama. And certain of the goddamn baby oil charges that he did with Cassie, they done dropped that. And they dropped it right before the jury started deliberations, meaning they knew this case was weak the whole goddamn time. This the first time that I ever seen or heard of the feds dropping charges on crimes like this. Cause they don't do that. They ain't drop shit against Robert Sylvester Kelly or Bill goddamn America's Dead Cosby. They went all the way through till they got a conviction and a sentence. But this seemed more like a humiliation ritual. It seemed like they humiliate him in that goddamn industry, and now they finna let him go. Y'all could do whatever y'all want with them, cause they know they ain't gotta do much to our people. Our people are do it for them. They did all this. They crucified Diddy's image, destroy his brand, and goddamn take all his money. Cause that case with them lawyer fees cost about $50,000 a day. Cause see, this whole case was based around his relationship with Cassie Ventura. And see, when Diddy lawyers seen that, they knew how to counteract and respond. And that lawyer named Brian Steele is the same lawyer that got Young Thug off. Now that look like the same lawyer that's possibly gonna get the diddler acquitted too. Now keep in mind, it say certain charges were dropped, but not all charges. So let's see if the jury follows through, man. But let's think ahead. If Diddy get found not guilty and they let him go,
I wonder if the dealer gonna do a goddamn welcome home party. Just like Robert Sylvester Kelly, when he beat that case the first time, he went back to doing the same dumbass. I wonder if the dealer gonna do that. Baby oil everywhere where you walk in, just to troll the feds. Think he John goddamn Freako God. And I also wonder if the dealer still gonna deal with them people like DJ Khaled and all them other people in that industry that didn't defend him or support him while they was kicking him while he was down. Cause if Diddy is the same person that I once knew, this industry, the industry celebrities that didn't support him, they finished the whole career over once he touched down. But I also wonder if Johnson & Johnson baby oil endorsement deal cooking up right now being negotiated upon his release. Cause that's be something big, especially all that goddamn baby oil they found their ear out. Do y'all think Diddy paid the judge off? Or do you think the goddamn prosecutors just dropped the ball on this case? Cause it appears he just locked up for paying for some goddamn coochie. This is definitely a freako, not a Rico. Cause it just seemed like Diddy just one weird, talented, manipulator, controlling narcissist that don't have no mushroom tip discipline. I wonder if people like T.D. Jakes relieved that goddamn they name wasn't called in this case. They ain't got to go goddamn sit up. He done stepped down. I wonder if T.D. Jakes gonna goddamn go back into the church and say, I want my position back now that Diddy might be acquitted. Think about what I'm saying. I wonder if Young Miami gonna leave her goddamn baby daddy again just to go back to Brother Love when he come back home. She waiting on him. Cause y'all know it looked like she the new Cassie. But y'all comment below and let me know how y'all feel about this situation. Y'all make sure y'all share this video, baby. Let me post some pictures that they found. There's some secret pictures that ain't on the internet right now that the feds found in Diddy's house. Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Check this out.
Yeah. What it do? What it do? You know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Also, make sure you hit the thumbs up, that aka the like button. YouTube appreciate that. S.L.R Media TV will appreciate that. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We on the road of 4,000 subscribers. Let's go. And also, I need y'all to go support my second YouTube channel like y'all been doing. S.L.R Sports News TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment over there. We on the road to 800 subscribers and counting. Let's get 8,000 subscribers. Let's go. You like the content, you like what I do, you know what to do. Make sure you hit that Cash App. All information is pinned in at the ticker. Let's go. Hit that Cash App. Donate. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my future subscribers. Let's go. We in the building. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to be, oh, yeah. Yeah, Diddy's going to get sued. Oh, yeah. He's going to get sued, though. Yo, Raphael, he's going to get sued, though, for sure. Shit. You want to join in? Shit, hit the link. The link is pinned in the comment section. Hit the link and pull up. Yeah. Any Diddy fans? Any? Top pull up. Yeah, let me get into this because I got some shit to get off my chest. I gotta get it off. I got to get it off before I get back to the content for sure. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm pro Diddy. Diddy's not guilty. Now listen, he's guilty of what he did to Cassie. Now he's guilty of what he did to Cassie. Now I mean, tape don't lie. The tape don't lie, but that's a fucking state charge. That's a domestic violence case. They were together. That's not a fucking federal charge. How can you take a civil lawsuit, a fucking civil lawsuit, some shit that you go, bruh, this shit crazy. You take a civil lawsuit and you turn this civil lawsuit into a RICO charge, sex trafficking, racketeering. Are you fucking kidding me? Bruh. This is not about Cassie. This is not about Cassie. Cassie is the catalyst. She's the platform to the rocket. They had to find a basis. They had to find somebody they could use to get to him. Why would Cassie file a lawsuit in the state of New York when a law was about to expire that you could not file a lawsuit of what she's filing against Puff? How ironically, when this law was about to expire and the new law was about to kick in, she filed a lawsuit, a civil lawsuit against Puff under the old law. Wow. Who put her up to that? Who put Cassie up to that? And see, a lot of y'all want to keep saying, "Oh, it was her husband. It was her husband." No, it wasn't her husband. Her husband was the advocate to support. He didn't put her up to that. It was the fucking federal. It was the feds. Do you know how many motherfucking lawsuits like Cassie is out there against millionaires and billionaires and trillionaires? None of them got no fucking racketeering, no RICO charge, or no sex trafficking charge. Yeah, I'm in my bag today because this is some fucking bullshit. This is a systematic destruction, assassination on an icon. I don't give a fuck what Puff does in his personal life. That's him. But what I do care about is how you systematically is trying to take him down just because he's rich and he has a fucking lifestyle that 90 fucking percent of fucking rich people probably fucking do. You try to compare Puff to Jeffrey Epstein. This KK chick, this chief of staff of chick, who y'all saying she was the what was the right hand of Puff that up all these escapades, all these freak offs. Why is she not charged with anything that is associated with Puff? Huh? Huh? Tell me. See, everything the feds did to get Puff was simple, systematic, and easy by the playbook. You get his associates to flip, angle of jail time. Who the fuck want to do jail time? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Who the fuck wants to do jail time? Huh? Who wants to do fair time? Huh? Motherfucker don't even want to do 48 hours in county jail. What lets you think a motherfucker want to do 1 or 5 years in fed or state? The feds have no case. How is one man under a RICO charge, sex trafficking? How? How is Puff under a RICO and there's nobody else but Puff? So you telling me that Puff ran a whole criminal organization like y'all allegedly, like I said, see, the feds, they think they slick and they thought they were smart. You leaked the video of him beating Cassie ass in that fucking hotel because it was smart to do, because if you can get him guilty by the public and this court case is going on at the same time, it was going to be hard for him and his $4 million team to dig him up out of. Because once you guilty by the public, and once the women seen this, it was over for Puff. We know that. We know that. We know that. We know that. Puff was wrong for that. He was wrong for that. Okay, but who doesn't do shit like that? Huh? Women get their ass beat all the time by their boyfriend or husband. Huh? It happens all the motherfucking time. So why y'all know who they hires for? Huh? Huh? You sit there scroll on your fucking phone on TikTok and Facebook and watch men and women fight. Huh? Look, babe, look at this. Look at this. He smacked the shit out of her. Look at that. He smacked the shit out. That's crazy. Ha ha ha. They keep scrolling. They keep scrolling. I don't give a fuck what Puff did. If Puff whooped the ass in that motherfucking hotel, so what? So what? She still went back, sucked dick, got fucked in the ass, got twisted and twirled around like she did. Because understand this. Understand this. Can't nobody slide up in you unless you want them to. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. They was together for 10 years. If Puff was so abuser, he was abuser, he was a sex demon, he's abuser, he was a bad boss, woody who. Why the fuck Cassie just didn't leave? Huh? Why the fuck was Cassie was fucking other men, cheating on Puff and going back to Puff? Huh? All the time she was spraying her motherfucking legs to Kid Cudi? Huh? Kid Cudi couldn't tell some of his associates to leak out the information about Cassie getting her ass whooped by Puff? Huh? Tell me. If Cassie was doing all this and that, going here and there, fucking other different men behind Puff back or whatever she the fuck she doing, why in the fuck she couldn't say that she was living a contaminated life? Huh? She was living a life with no freedom. Huh? Tell me. That's what the fuck I want to know. I don't want to hear no shit. She couldn't. She couldn't leave. There, and she was, man, listen, there's nobody on this earth, on this earth, on this earth other than God, Jesus. That can only tell you what's right and what's wrong. It's like this. I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna put it in these terms right here. I'm gonna put it in these terms right here. I'm gonna be Puff. I'm gonna be Puff on this one. I'm gonna be Puff on this. This how I was. This how I was because I don't give a fuck what Nancy Grace, uh, Tessa Tales, uh, um, any female blogger, reporter that is against Puff only because y'all seen that video of Cassie getting her ass whooped, get kicked in the fucking ass. It was really when she got kicked in the ass, which y'all women really went crazy about. And I'm gonna tell you this: there's 90% of men around this world that did the same thing what Puff did to their women, or girlfriends, jump offs, all this and that. So get the fuck over it. Tina Turner got a motherfucking ass whooping. She was still with Ike. I don't want to hear none of that motherfucking bullshit. And see, y'all women be pissing me off about that motherfucker. Oh, he's guilty. He's guilty. He's guilty. Fuck Puff. Fuck Diddy. He's guilty. He's only guilty because of domestic violence, a state charge. He's not guilty of federal charge. Hey, don't act like you ain't never got your motherfucking ass whooped or molly whopped aside your motherfucking head before by your past boyfriends or your past husbands or your husband now or your boyfriend now. Don't motherfucking act like it. Don't act like you wasn't Cassie. Don't act like you wasn't Cassie. And you still probably with your man. You still probably with your man. He'll change. Oh, he'll change. He will change. Well, you're right. He should have could have lived. Let's stood there. Listen, and as I say again, they have not proven nothing. You cannot send a man to prison for the rest of his life just because he's a freak. He's bisexual. He's curious. We live in a sexual world. Imagine if we had the money like Puff. Imagine if I had the motherfucking money like Puff. I'm a motherfucking sexual demon. I'm fucking all day, every day. I'm fucking all day, every day. If I had the money like Puff and I really wasn't tied down, all my kids are grown up, everything good, my business is good. I can go anywhere around the world. I can call up world leaders. You motherfucking right. I'm living a lifestyle that I want to fucking live. Listen, if I want to go fuck my girl in 50 states, if I want to fuck my girl in 50 states, we're going to fucking 50 states. If I want to bring somebody else in my sexual fantasies in any state that I go to as I please, I will. I will. Because the same ones that's trying to prosecute Diddy right now, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, these women, don't act like you didn't watch Pornhub. Don't act like you didn't have your legs spread wide open. Don't act like you didn't have that pussy gap open. Don't act like you wasn't trying to make that pussy squirt. Don't act like you wasn't got 3,000. Don't fucking act like you a fucking nun. Don't act like you a chick that graduated from BYU. You was a virgin all the way up till you was 25 until you got married. Don't fucking act like this. This is a sexual world. It's a lot of temptation. And when you're rich and powerful and you got money, there's no laws to limitations. This is assassination on an icon. You're trying to make an example of what you're trying to do. Just like you did R. Kelly. He's under the same charges as R. Kelly. It just there's no children involved. What kind of shit is this? What kind of bullshit is this? Yep, I know, right? Plus, because most of them were getting paid off by Puff. Yes, listen, Jane Doe is still getting her bills paid by Puff. That's how I know you got to throw this shit up out. You got to throw this case up out of here. This case is bullshit because you gonna bring 50 Cent baby mama, the chick that Puff is fucking with, and put her on the stand, and you threaten her and say, you know what, if you don't testify against Puff, we don't give a fuck. Keep paying your bills. Let him continue to pay your bills while you're testifying. That's what the fuck he was doing. If you don't testify against him, we're going to charge you as a sexual worker because we had the evidence to prove that you was a sexual worker. You was a prostitute. So she testified against Puff. What kind of shit is that? And then it come out of court. The bitch was a hoe. Ho, use a hoe. Ho, use a hoe. I said that use a hoe. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Hoes are your friends. Hoes are your enemy. It's a whole wide world. Cassie a hoe too. Cassie a hoe too. Let me tell you why this bitch is a hoe. Slutty buddy. Bitch, you lived 10 years with this man. 10 years. A decade. Do you understand how fucking 10 years of my life? For you to go on a motherfucking stand and go against me, bitch, you could have left a long time ago. You could have left just the same way you motherfucking left. You could have did it a long time ago. This is assassination. Now, I'm saying that Puff is not guilty. That doesn't mean that the jury is going to think or feel the same way that I feel. But what I'm saying is he is not guilty. Listen. This is what I'm talking about. The government does not follow no rules of law or rule of engagement. They took Cassie's civil lawsuit when they could have went to the fucking third floor to the motherfucking magistrate and had this shit done. They took a civil lawsuit and turned it into a federal lawsuit, a RICO charge. And when you look at a RICO charge, look how they did BMF. It was like a spider web that had him. You look at the chart of Diddy, there's no motherfucking spider web. There's no web. It's just Diddy. It's just Diddy. And Cassie. And Cassie testimony. That's it. That's it. That is it. They turned a civil lawsuit to a fucking racketeering charge, and this man is facing life in prison. This is some bullshit. This man is from New York. He's from New York. He paid his taxes in New York. This ain't about Cassie. This is about somebody else that got more money and they got connections to the government. Yeah, it will be a tragedy if Puff is found guilty of the charges. Now, we could be shocked tomorrow. We could wake up tomorrow. And we may have a verdict by fucking 10, 11, 1, 2, or 3 o'clock. We could have a verdict tomorrow. Now, a lot of people get hollering about on Monday. Well, which we could. Now it just depends. Now if the defense is doing what they're doing today, they might not do it on tomorrow. If the defense want their whole day tomorrow, it's gonna go Monday. I mean, the way the prosecutors were talking this shit, man, come on, man. This crazy, man. This is crazy. They just dibble and dab and pick whatever they want in Cassie lawsuit, twisted this shit around and made it look good, and they made a RICO charge. Unbelievable. Could listen, man. I didn't know motherfucking baby oil and Astroglide can get you life in prison. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like I said before, I say it again. Your Instagram models, your TikTok models, your Instagram fitness models, your TikTok fitness models, you posting your shit on Facebook, all this. Listen, it's over with. It's over. It's over. And ain't nobody jumping in your DMs no more. We ain't flying you out. You got to fly your own self out. We ain't flying you out. I'm not jumping in your DMs. I don't care how many sumo squats you do. Yeah, this, and that. I don't listen. No, you got to come to me. And now this and that now when you fucking the Instagram thoughts and the IG models and the TikTok models and shit like that, you gotta listen. Not only you gotta make them pay their own way, you gotta make them sign something with the lawyer. You gotta have this shit stamped. Have your notary too. Have this shit stamped. Because I'm telling you, I mean, we got to learn from Diddy. We got to learn from. Listen, get your girl, get married. That's what the fuck you're gonna have to do. We can't be rich. We can't go out here and sling dick. We can't go fucking 50 states. We can't go rent a fucking yacht. We can't go to the Maldives. We can't go to St. Bart's. We can't go. We can't have 6 chicks on a yacht. I can't lay my dick in 6 chicks no more. That's sex trafficking. What? So you telling me being generous to this female, she's a prostitute? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, man, I don't get it. I don't get this shit. He said, look at even my grandma said he might not be guilty. He ain't guilty. Now, state, Diddy's guilty as hell. Guilty. Diddy's so guilty in state, I wouldn't even have no lawyers. I wouldn't even have no lawyers. There's no use. I'll give me a quarter point of lawyer. Yeah, I'm keeping my bread. I'll get a quarter point. Hell, I defend myself. Yeah, I fucked up. Yeah, I did. But shit, look at how many people who did that. Who did that? That's not a federal charge. Her getting her ass whooped in that motherfucking hotel is not a federal charge. That's some fucking bullshit. You might go ahead and tell me that you might go ahead and say, you might go ahead and say in the federal, you might go ahead and say your feds in the state court, go look at the fucking dockets of how many domestic violence cases that's on the docket. On the docket. Take your ass in there and take every single man and woman that who's involved in a domestic violence case, walk their motherfucking ass right across the street to federal court, and you charge them the same way you charge Diddy. He held Cassie against her own will. Let me tell you this. Let me break this shit down. If a woman's with me for 10 years and I did the things that Puff did to her for 10 years, she was not held against her will. She wanted to be there. She wanted to be with me. She was comfortable with me. She's not held against her own will. Because let me tell you this. Unless she's with me 24 hours, 7 days a week, she's not held against her own will. I'd be damn, I'm gonna be in the motherfucking house all day. I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna do what the fuck I need to do. I'm going to go make money. And I best believe it's not gonna hold no female back for not going to make money. Because I most definitely don't want to keep your motherfucking ass up. And I got to give you communication. What the hell I look like being with a woman and she ain't got no communication? I can't call her. But they got cameras everywhere in the house, so she can't go nowhere. That's kidnapping. That's on some different shit. Now that's held against your own will. Man, ain't nobody running around here having a woman for 10 fucking years. Having a woman for 10 years and she going around here and say, I was scared to leave. I couldn't leave. I was frozen. Bitch, you was frozen for 10 years? You telling me you were frozen for 10 years? You couldn't leave? You fucking other men cheating on Puff, sucking dick. You couldn't tell them what Puff was doing to you. You couldn't say that he was holding you back. This and this and this and that. You felt trapped. Huh? If you fucking with people, Michael B. Jordan, who got connections, you telling me that they couldn't tell Michael B. Jordan or Kid Cudi couldn't tell they people, so they people can tell somebody else to get the word out. What's going on with you, Cassie? You telling me the whole 10 years you never talked to your mama? You never talked to your mom, nobody in the family? For 10 years? Get the fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. She wanted the freak offs. Let me tell you something else. If Cassie really felt like she was trapped, she couldn't get out, she was tangled in a spider web that she couldn't get out of, all the men that she was fucking, and there was a lot of couple dudes that said they had feelings for her, she could have told them and they could have got her out of that situation. Let's be facts about it. All them so alleged male prostitutes, them freak off guys, the ones who doing interviews now, that's just showing up, that all in interviews, all in the podcast now, showing up telling their story now. Yeah, you know, they signed an NDA. Yeah, you know, they signed a non-disclosure agreement. But who would have known if anybody would have said something? It wouldn't even matter. They could have got past that. They could have dropped the word to somebody, hey, I need you to I'm gonna tell you something, but I need you to go run here to this blog and drop this information. And but everything's gonna be on you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna run it from there. There's multiple ways that Cassie could have got out the situation. She felt trapped. Let's be honest. 10 years, you're not trapped. There is no woman right now is going to be with a man 10 years if Puff did the things that he did to Cassie. It's not. No woman is going to be with a man that's going to do that bullshit. 10 years? Get the fuck out of here. Feds over here making it, she was frozen in time. She could also, Puff had a bitch in the ice block. She was froze. She couldn't go nowhere. He would hit him with the you can hit him with the Mortal Kombat, Mr. Freeze. Every time she ran, he hit her with the freeze. Come on, stop. You remember how this trial started, right? The trial started as rolling out the red carpet. This is what the feds do. They dropped the video to get Puff guilty by the public. They knew it. Get the women on your side. There's a lot of women bloggers. They're going to talk. They boo, 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 this, that. Unless you have security on each juror every day, every night until this court case is over with. They know everything that goes on. They know everybody's talking. They know me talking. All the rest of the bloggers are talking. They know. You don't think that the feds knew that? That's why they dropped that video of Cassie getting her ass whooped early in the game. Early. Guilty by association. Get him guilty in the public. That right there will make it hard for him with his 4 or 5 lawyers. Then on top of that, what the federal government has. Why they only watch 1 hour of all the freak off tapes, and 90% of the freak off tapes or that came from Cassie and the ones that they came from Diddy. Why they only watch the hour? And the feds had an edited team. The feds made the jurors watch what they wanted to watch, not the whole freak offs. No, not the whole ones. No. The ones that Cassie was making weird faces and that face right there, that's perfect. That looks like she don't want to do nothing. Oh, he took the camera off. He took the camera off of that right there shows that she didn't like what dude. That type of shit. If these jurors convict Puff, these jurors are dumb as fuck. They're dumb as fuck. This is a waste of taxpayers' money. Who paid for Kid Cudi's trip? Let me know. Who paid for Kid Cudi's trip? Huh? Kid Cudi ain't got no hits out. Kid Cudi ain't booming in the music. We don't hear nothing from Kid Cudi. How the fuck Kid Cudi? Then listen. Tell you how the feds played it. Tell you how the feds played it so smooth, right? They told Kid Cudi, we'll pay for your trip to LA to New York. Make sure you put on your best gear, right? Why Kid Cudi jumping out, smoking a cigarette, and he knew all these big time reporters, it was gonna be right there. It was like a Hollywood script. The beginning of the trial was like a Hollywood script, a Netflix script movie. That's exactly how the feds wanted to do. Exactly how the feds wanted to do. Exactly. They knew that Kid Cudi didn't have shit. They knew he didn't have shit. They knew it. They knew it. But you know what? It made it play the big part for nothing. They had no evidence of Puff did arson. Kid Cudi pretty much lied on the stand. All of them lied on the stand. All of them lied on the stand. Kid Cudi had no reason to even be in there. No motherfucking reason to even be in there. His testimony was nothing. And they still don't have proof of Puff doing arson. Like I said before, and I say it again. This is bullshit. And Puff is not guilty. Every single person that the feds put on the stand lied. The jury got to be dumb as fuck that they don't see it. The jury got to be dumb as hell that they don't see that every person that the feds brought up lied. Everyone that went on there was probably facing a minimum of under a year. We know the feds are going to lie. We know people, 95, 99% of people don't want to do no jail time. So, of course, they know they're going to turn on you. Every single one of us taking Puff money. You try to turn Leslie the drug mule against them. That didn't work. Jane Doe didn't work. Cassie even lied in her lawsuit. And her friend lied, and Cassie lied. I try to assassinate this man's character. You gonna bring Kid Cudi. You pay for his trip from LA to Chicago, where he was at, to New York, because the nigga ain't got no money. He couldn't afford that. Got him some clothes, got him some cigarettes. Hey, went on the stand and fucking lied. Now where Kid Cudi at? He ain't dropping no music. We don't hear nothing. He was supposed to use that moment right there, that 10 minutes of fame, to make millions of dollars off of. Why haven't he? This ain't nothing but a Hollywood assassination, a Netflix play. The jury should look at this and see this. It's nothing but bullshit. This is a typical game that the feds play. The feds have nothing. If you convict Puff, you are throwing an innocent man in jail, in prison for the rest of his life. And I'm being facts on that. And I'm not talking about the domestic violence, because we already know he's guilty of that. But anything else beyond that, the RICO, the sex trafficking charge, all that racketeering bullshit, they saying that Bad Boy Records was a criminal enterprise. How was a fucking criminal enterprise when y'all was fucking listening to his goddamn music? How? How? All of a sudden now it's a criminal enterprise. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 10 years ago, wasn't a criminal enterprise. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get out of here, bro. Like, come on, man. Got people like Tessa Tales just continue to lie. You just mad. You act like Puff. You act like Puff did something to you. You act like you was Puff. You act like you was trying to be Puff girlfriend. He turned you down. God damn, you and Nancy Grace. Get the fuck out of here. Lame as fuck, man. Free Diddy. Free Diddy. Flat out bullshit. Straight up. But we most definitely gonna go live when the verdict drop. As I say again, hell, we could be surprised. The verdict could drop tomorrow. Either tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. In between there, one of them, we will know. Will Diddy be doing the Diddy pop out the? I'm gonna tell you, man. And it's crazy. They only gotta convict you 2 fucking charges. 2. Diddy gotta be every fucking charge to walk home. And let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Because this is very important. Allegedly, they say he got a $4 million team. $4 million. If $4 million does not get this man home with his family, not only this is a tragedy and assassination. If you're rich and if you live in that lifestyle like Puff, move the fuck out of America. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. Rappers, athletes, bloggers, content creators, streamers. If you pay for that pussy, if you fly her in, if you wine and dine her, if you give her some money, send her some money or give her some money to travel back with, that's supposed to be a gift from me to you. But in federal government, that's sex trafficking. And if the woman ever want to say or get mad at you and go take a civil lawsuit out on you or go take a sexual assault charge out on you, not only you got to fight that, you also got to fight a sex trafficking charge. It's a wrap for the IG models. It's a wrap for the TikTok models. It's a wrap. You can make all the workout videos you want with the shortest shorts. You can get the nice bubblicious BBL and go work out and act like that ass is natural when it's not. We're not flying you out. We're not flying you in. We're not flying you out. We're not wine and dining you. When I'm not giving you no money, sending you back. No, it ain't happening. Everything you do now is gonna be on your dime. And let's check this out. I'll fly into you and I'll pay for everything when I fly in. That's what's going on. That's where it's going. This is where it's going now. Because we gotta learn from Puff. We gotta learn from Puff. You rich and black, get your girl and get married or something. You out here trying to sling dick, fly chicks in, do all this and that. That shit ain't working. You're gonna fuck around, be like Puff. We'll be going in federally. I'm trying to tell you. So you might go ahead and lock up. You might go ahead and lock up all the athletes, movie stars, politicians, world leaders. You might just go ahead and say, line them up. Like, you know how ICE doing right now? ICE running up in workplaces, all this and that. Shout out to King Mountain, North Carolina. Yeah, I seen it. I heard about you. Yeah, ICE done hit y'all. I seen it. I seen it. And it wasn't all Hispanics in there either. It was blacks, whites. Yeah. Running up in there for what? See, telling y'all, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, Republicans. Keep on. The same Republicans right now that's hamstrung, scared to say anything because they don't want to lose their job, lose their income. You ain't got to even worry about losing your job because your ass is gonna get voted the fuck out in midterms. So it don't even matter. Motherfuckers can't even go to work no more. Motherfuckers scared every day. Every day you go to work, you scared. You don't ever know when the motherfuckers gonna roll up and bust up in there. They may go to Ashley Furniture. They hit Ashley Furniture. Shit. I bet you. Nah, matter of fact, Ashley Furniture, they done call Bush. They ain't called Bush. They done called Trump. We don't contribute too much money to the Republic. Do not run up on us. Do not. Don't do it. You gonna fuck the furniture industry up. You know how many Hispanics are working for us? Yeah. I'm just saying, free Diddy. Free Diddy. Y'all might go and lock up the ball players, the football players, soccer, baseball, track, racing, boxing. You might go ahead and send them all to the federal court. Get them a court case. Because they were doing the same thing what Puff was doing. I'm just saying. This is the channel y'all want to tap into for all the Puff news. Like I said, well, listen, soon the news break. When it break, we're going. We're going live. I'm going live. We're going to talk about, we're going to break this shit down. This is the biggest case since OJ. And there's no body on the line. There's no bodies. Diddy got to fight lies and a fucking and a domestic violence case. Video. The video. It was the fucking video. Listen, Puff would have had a better. The case would have got thrown out if the video would have never popped up. Case would have got thrown. The fans would have even picked it up. But the video, what did it? The video is the engine. They continue to play the video. Every female around the world in America that hate Puff because of the video. That's it. But deep down inside, they know Cassie was a hoe. Deep down inside, they know Cassie. If Cassie really wanted to leave, she could have fucking left 10 years. No woman's going to be with a man for 10 years if she's sucking and fucking and getting her ass whooped. Come on. Let's be honest. Let's keep it real. The bullshit. Flat out bullshit. Assassination on Puff. If the jury can see through this, Puff will be found not guilty. You can sue this man all you want, civil court, all this and that. But this federal shit, he is not guilty. And I'm standing on it until I see different. And even if he do be found guilty, it was all lies. And on top of that, I will be ashamed of his lawyers. I promise you. $4 million, I better walk. I better go home. I better go home to my family. I better go home. $4 million. You telling me I could have paid $5, $6, $7, $8 million. I could have got the fucking best lawyers in the fucking world. They said Puff got some of the best lawyers in the game. The best, top notch. Can't even 40 month, top notch. I better go home. I better do the Diddy bop. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now. It is bad boy for life. I better be hearing that shit when I'm leaving that motherfucking courthouse. I better have me some motherfucking. Now, I won't even drink no motherfucking Deleon. Fuck Deleon. Fuck that shit. Go drink you some motherfucking. Go drink you some goddamn. Not a fact, I wouldn't even drink nothing until I come out with my own motherfucking liquor. I ain't drinking none of y'all shit. Everything is up from here. Yo, it would be a tragedy for Puff to be found guilty with a $4 million+ lawyer team. Unbelievable, bro. That would crush me more than anything else to know that I had this team and I couldn't go home. I'm spending the rest of my life in prison over lies. Unbelievable. That tape is so fucking old. The tape didn't come out till Cassie filed the lawsuit. The tape did not come out. The tape has already been out. They knew about it. Cassie knew about it. Diddy knew about it. The feds knew about it. But we didn't know about it. So when they dropped that shit was fresh and new. It was like it just happened yesterday. That shit happened a long fucking time ago. Boy, the feds are dirty, boy. They are motherfucking dirty. They know the public. They know this is filled with women. They see this shit. They knew what was gonna happen. Dirty game, man. Dirty game. That's the game. That's the shit they play. Make sure y'all go to my second YouTube channel, S.L.R Sports News TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment over there. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment over here at S.L.R Media TV. Watch the content, share the content, hit the Cash App, share the Cash App, put the money in. Yo, I ain't playing. We rolling. We on the up and up. We ain't playing over here. This is the channel y'all want to tap into. We do everything over here. This is the one-stop shop channel. We do it all over here. Wrestling, football, basketball, politics, hip-hop. We do it all over here. We know definitely we're watching Diddy. Yo, I grew up off the Diddy shit. This shit is sentimental to me. You know what I'm saying? I feel some type of way about this. And as I say again, yes, he's guilty on the sexual not the sexual abuse, but the domestic violence charge. Yeah, that's a state. He's guilty. But anything else beyond that, he's not guilty. Flat out bullshit, flat out lies. And I would be devastated if Diddy be found guilty, especially when he got a $4 or $5 million lawyer team. I would be devastated. I spent all that money and I got to spend the rest of my life in federal prison over lies. Every person that was on that stand that testified against him lied. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
The prosecution pulling out all the stops as they make their final push to put Diddy away for life.
Shocking images revealed from inside the freak-offs. Hotel rooms in disarray with thousands of dollars worth of damage. Diddy's son Justin arrived in court to watch the government wind down their case against his music mogul dad. Diddy dancing poolside and chilling with a glass of wine on the beaches of Turks and Caicos. These home videos released by the government showing Sean Combs enjoying his life of luxury. They were shown as part of the prosecution's sex trafficking case.
Pink cocaine and a shocking amount of high-powered rifles. These never-before-seen pictures were taken by police during the raids of the music star's homes.
Police photographed a collection of lingerie, 200 bottles of baby oil, and 900 bottles of lubricant as we see for the first time what some of those freak-offs looked like. Hotel room furniture covered in sheets and towels. In response to the large collection of freak-off supplies, Diddy's defense attorney argued last week his star client likes to buy in bulk like any other American.
They've said on day one to the jury, we have flight records that prove that Sean Combs and his company were transporting these male escorts, were transporting women like Cassie and Jane across state lines for the purpose of sex that they did not want to engage in.
CNN's Elizabeth Wagmeister, who broke the story of the now infamous hotel surveillance video attack, was inside court today.
If the jury believes that these women were coerced into sex and it is not something that they wanted to do, well then they have the flight records and the hotel records to back it up.
The prosecution's summary witness was on the stand today and read part of a heated text exchange between one of Diddy's alleged sex trafficking victims, Jane and Combs. Jane texted, "I'm not coming to New York. I feel disrespected. You just want me for a hotel binge. I don't want to be used and locked in a room to fulfill your fantasies.
It's my life and I'll kill you."
On Friday, this explosive audio was released by the court of an angry Cassie Ventura reacting to a man threatening to expose her in a freak-off video.
"No, I will kill you if you don't show me right now. I will kill you and I will hide you and I will cut you up and put you in the dirt right now."
Even if the jury does think that she sounds aggressive and that she sounds like a violent person, they may remember her testimony. She said that she was scared to death that these sex tapes would be released and that they could ruin her.
Diddy's team will begin their defense soon with a goal of handing the case to the jury as early as next week.
Can you tell me what approach you think they will take?
You know, the defense has to be really careful here because less is usually more. The defense's presentation is going to be very short. They have said that it will take one day, maybe two.
Any indication that Diddy himself will take the stand?
It seems unlikely. So during his testimony, he could control the narrative, but the second it's time for cross-examination, he loses all control. There's just too much risk in that, so I would highly doubt that he is going to be testifying.
Warning, some viewers may find the following footage deeply disturbing. Warning, some viewers may find the following footage deeply disturbing. Warning, some viewers may find the following footage deeply disturbing.
Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that Cash App. I'm out.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. But sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy. I go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.